Outlander fans, gather round because I have a confession to make. Season 7 is officially over, and I'm spiraling into a full-blown post-Outlander depression. Nothing else on TV, no matter how good, can even come close to scratching that. Same itch, the drama, the heartbreak, the time-traveling chaos. The chemistry Outlander doesn't just entertain us, it haunts us. And now that it's gone for now, we're all just floating in limbo, aren't we? But don't worry, I've got you. Today, we're diving into everything we know so far about Outlander Season 8. The release date rumors, major theories, and what the final season might have in store. Because yes, this is the final season, and if you thought things were intense before, buckle up. Before we jump into all that, though, we have to talk about the Season 7 finale. What was that ending? I'm still trying to process it. 1 minute. I was mildly disappointed, hoping for more fallout from Jamie's army exit, more emotional punches, more explosive drama. And then boom, the twist hit. Something so wild, so unexpected, that even the die-hard book readers were blindsided. My jaw's still on the floor. So, let's rewind. Let's break it all down: what happened, what it means, and why Season 8 could be the most intense chapter of Outlander yet. The episode kicks off with a bang, Jane being grilled by a local journalist. Her face stone cold, unflinching, unapologetic. There's no tearful denial, no desperate plea for sympathy. Nope. She owns her villainy like a crown. No regrets, no remorse, and definitely no fear of being cast as the monster in the public eye. And honestly, I was living for it. Say what you want about Jane, but watching her embrace the chaos was a chef's kiss moment. We've seen female characters crumble under pressure before, but not Jane. She took the spotlight, stared down the flames, and didn't blink. And weirdly, we were all proud of her for it. Meanwhile, the emotional weight shifts hard. William, heartbroken and desperate, turns to John Gray, his rock, his compass, for help. But that's not all. He even reaches out to Jamie. Yes, Jamie, the man who shattered his trust, who lied to him for years, who is technically his father. That's how far gone William is. He's clinging to the very man who betrayed him because Jane's life is on the line. Jamie, in classic Fraser fashion, agrees to help. But their mission, it fails. They arrive too late. Jane is dead. And the look on William's face, it's not just grief, it's devastation. The kind that alters a person forever. Put a pin in that moment, because let me tell you, it hides a dark, dark secret. And we'll come back to that. Trust me. Pretty early on, we're reassured that Claire's alive, and honestly, it felt underwhelming. She just decided to live. After all, that build-up, that line alone, "I decided to live," was supposed to be powerful. But instead, it just felt like the writers hit fast forward on what could have been a beautifully drawn-out survival arc. It's frustrating. The season kept planting these rich, emotionally heavy storylines only to yank them out by the roots before they had a chance to grow. Jane's fake-out death? One episode. Claire and John's unexpected affair? Poof, over before we could even unpack the emotional fallout. Claire's near-death experience? Resolved in minutes. It's like we were promised a full meal and got handed crumbs instead. I get it, the show is sprinting toward its final chapter, and the writers have a ton to wrap up. But still, it all felt rushed. And dare I say, I was getting Game of Thrones Season 8 vibes. And that's not a compliment. Let me know in the comments if you felt the same whiplash. But even in the middle of that chaos, we got one single scene that quietly stole the whole episode. Claire, lying in bed, recovering. The room is quiet, dim. And then, out of nowhere, Master Raymond walks in. Yes, That Master Raymond, the mysterious healer from Paris, the man who helped Claire during her most harrowing moment, the stillbirth of her first child, Faith. Claire is shocked, obviously, as are we. He apologizes why, we don't know, and tells her to have faith, then disappears just as suddenly as he came. I'm telling you, that scene was the key to the entire finale. And at first, it felt random until everything started falling into place. Later, William shows up at Jamie and Claire's home. But this time, he's not alone. With him is Frances, Jane's younger sister. And here's where the finale takes a wild turn. At first, she seems like a side character, quiet, grieving, sweet. But then the camera lingers on her a little too long. She sings, and not just any song. She hums the exact same lullaby Claire once sang to baby Faith in Paris. Chills. Claire freezes. She asks Frances where she learned that song. Frances says, "My mother taught it to me." And right then, Claire realizes something unimaginable. This child isn't just Jane's sister. She's her granddaughter. Which means, brace yourself, Faith didn't die as a baby. Somehow, she lived. And the daughter Claire believes she lost forever went on to have a child of her own. I mean, what? This storyline isn't in the books, not even hinted at. So where did it come from? Is this a last-minute twist to stir the fandom into chaos? A dream? A time travel anomaly? A false lead? I don't know, but I am shaking. If you have any theories, please drop them in the comments because I need someone to scream with. Also, can we talk about the potential William-Frances romance implications? Because if Frances is Claire's granddaughter and William is Jamie's son, yeah, that's a yikes. Dear Diana Gabaldon, are you okay? Do you know what's happening? Or did the writers go rogue? And let's be real, the moment we've all been waiting for finally happened. The Jamie and William confrontation. But wow, was it undercooked? After seasons of tension, questions, and heartbreak, all we got was a cold line, William saying he'll never call Jamie his father. And then, nothing. No tears. No catharsis. No real closure. Just awkward silence and a cut to the next scene. Elsewhere, Brianna and Roger reunited, I guess. But their whole subplot wrapped up with a neat little bow and zero complications. Considering they had one of the most dynamic arcs this season, it felt like a missed opportunity to not end on a cliffhanger, or at least something. That left us guessing. Oh, and young Ian, he's going to be a father. Also, his dog died. Yeah, that's how that storyline ended. Okay, now, what will happen in season 8? Well, first of all, Jamie and Claire will put on their detective hats and go after Faith's traces. It's clear that somehow Master Ramsden saved the baby, kidnapped her, and enabled her to live. But it's also clear that she didn't exactly live the best life. In order to make things right, Claire and Jamie will adopt Francesca, providing her with the life she deserves. Honestly, this excites me a lot, because seeing a young face in the show with lots of opportunities ahead will give the final season a hopeful note, in my opinion. Then, the Mackenzies will finally reunite with Claire and Jamie. We'll watch the two couples try to solve the mysteries surrounding time travel together and share their findings, clarifying questions about their lives and experiences. And when Outlander Season 8 finally arrives, we'll be witnessing the end of an era, the final chapter in the epic love story of Jamie and Claire. Yes, it's been confirmed they will die in a fire at their beloved home. We don't yet know what causes it, or the exact circumstances of their final moments, but we do know that this is how their incredible journey ends. And then, that iconic moment we've all been waiting for, Jamie's ghost, standing silently outside Claire's window, watching, waiting, lingering. The moment that began this entire saga will finally come full circle. Just thinking about it gives me full body chills. So now, I want to hear from you. What are you most excited or terrified to see in Outlander Season 8? What are your theories, your hopes, your predictions for how it all ends? Drop them in the comments below. I read every single one. Season 8 is set to premiere before the end of 2026, with stars eyeing an October release. Filming is already wrapped, so the countdown has officially begun. If you want weekly updates, deep dives, and behind-the-scenes insights as we approach the final season, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You don't want to miss a moment of what's coming. And if you haven't already, click the video on screen to find out everything we know so far about the upcoming Outlander prequel series, Blood of My Blood. Thank you so much for watching, for theorizing, for grieving, and for loving this story with me. The journey isn't over just yet, but when it is, we'll face it together. Late Mahath, Outlander family. Until next time.